Welcome to another video from 55 degrees north. In today's fortnightly Newcastle upon Tyne construction and restoration update, we're taking you around the city to explore the latest progress on some of Newcastle's most exciting developments. We will be visiting all the usual sites, including Pottery Lane and Pilgrim Place, and several other key projects shaping the future of the city. And as usual, I have that little update at the end on Northumberland Street, plus this week the Granger Market, as I've had one or two viewers asking, so stick around for that. What a difference 2 weeks can make here at Castle Leazes, where the brand new Student Accommodation for Newcastle University is rising rapidly. The pace of construction on this site right now is absolutely incredible, and today we're taking a closer look at the latest progress. Starting with a slow pan around the site, you can immediately see just how much has changed since the last update. The progress across the entire development has been outstanding, with multiple areas advancing at the same time. The most notable change has to be the core lift shafts. The first 2 lift shafts are now fully completed, standing tall and clearly defining part of the structure that will soon support the accommodation blocks. But what's really impressive is the third core lift shaft. In the last update, it had barely risen above ground level, and now it's absolutely shot up through the structure, with floor 7 already under construction. Seeing this kind of vertical progress in such a short space of time really highlights how fast the build is moving. Elsewhere across the site, there's also been significant work happening at ground level. You can see many more foundations completed, forming the base for future sections of the development. And at the same time, several other foundation areas are still actively under construction, showing that multiple phases of the project are moving forward together. Looking down towards another section of the site, it appears that preparations are underway for another core lift shaft. The groundworks and layout strongly suggest that construction could begin here very soon, which will add yet another vertical element to the skyline once it starts rising. Another clear sign of progress is the concrete walls now beginning to take shape. You can see the formwork moulds in place, ready for the next concrete pours that will start forming the permanent structural walls of the buildings. Overall, the pace of progress here at Castle Leazes is seriously impressive. In just a couple of weeks, we've seen major structural elements rise, foundations expand across the site, and new sections preparing to start construction. We're now heading back to Leazes Park Road, where the new Vita Student Accommodation is continuing to rise. Starting here at the front, things look fairly familiar to the previous update. But if you look closely, you can see that more brickwork has now been completed. The overall structure hasn't changed dramatically from this angle, but steady progress is definitely noticeable. Now let's head round the back of the building, because that's where the real progress becomes more visible. Looking across the rear elevation, the building is still surrounded by scaffolding, so at first glance it appears much as the same as before. But once we move in closer, you can see quite a few updates. Starting at the very top of the building, the decorative panels have now been completed. Looking through the scaffolding, even more of the brickwork has been completed since the last visit, and at the same time, insulation is still being installed in sections of the structure. Down at ground level, you can see pallets of plasterboard stacked up and ready to go. These will be used for the internal walls, which suggests that interior work is continuing at a pace. Moving over what will be the main entrance, some new panels have now been fitted to the frame that was erected in the previous update. The concrete blocks we saw last time are still here as well, waiting to be installed. At the old Georgian house at the front of the site, work has started on cleaning the exterior walls. You can clearly see the difference the clean sections and the parts that still need attention, which really highlights the restoration work being done. Finally, moving around onto Leazes Park Road side of the building, pins remain fairly similar to the last update, though more brickwork has been completed along this elevation as well. So overall, while the structure itself hasn't dramatically changed, there's steady progress across the site. Now moving down to Pottery Lane to check in on the construction of the new accommodation blocks being developed by Olympian Homes. Looking across the site from the Redgate Bridge, the buildings are still mostly covered in scaffolding, suggesting that exterior work is still very much underway. At the back of the development, pins appear pretty similar to the last update. There doesn't seem to be any major visible progress in this area just yet. That often suggests that work could be focusing on interior construction rather than external changes at the moment. Since there isn't too much visible progress here, let's move down onto Pottery Lane itself to see what's happening at ground level. Down at the arena end of Pottery Lane, groundworks are still very much ongoing. Several large trenches have been dug out, likely for the installation of utilities and infrastructure that will serve the new development. The trench run along the front of the site where utilities were previously being installed is now starting to be filled back in, which usually means those services are now in place. Moving further along the lane, it's a similar story, with more sections of trench now being filled in as this stage of the project continues. Flying through the middle of the two blocks with the drone really gives you a much better perspective of the overall scale of the development. From this angle, you can just see how far these structures stretch, running virtually all the way down towards the banks of the River Tyne. Coming back in the opposite direction, you can also see that some of the scaffolding is starting to come down at the rear of what I'm calling Block 2. This gives us one of the clearest views of the rooftops. From what we can see, it looks like there could be some kind of rooftop entertainment or community areas planned for the top of the buildings, which would make great use of the views across the river and surrounding area. Along the far side of the site, the prefabricated concrete retaining wall blocks are now almost fully installed. Only a few blocks remain to be fitted before this retaining wall is completed. Once finished, the wall will help stabilise the ground and define the final layout of this section of the development. So overall, progress continues steadily here at the Pottery Lane development. While the buildings themselves are still largely covered in scaffolding, groundwork and structural elements around the site are clearly moving forward. Now moving on to what is probably one of the biggest regeneration projects happening in the city, the Pilgrim Place development at Carlisle Square. From this vantage point up on the bridge, we get fantastic views across the entire construction site, and it really shows just how much progress has been made recently. With one of the blocks set to be taken over by the Department of Work and Pensions once completed, this development is set to become a major new addition to the area. So let's take a closer look at how things are progressing on site. Starting down at the very bottom of the site, you can see that more structural frames have now been fitted along this side of the building. Looking inside the structure, it's clear that a lot of the internal wall work has already been completed, giving us a better sense of the building's internal layout. Up at the top of this section, concrete blocks have now been installed along the edge, and then between the steel framework, you can now also see breeze block walls being built, which will form part of the internal structure. Moving a little further up the building, we can see even more of these concrete blocks appearing along the structure, continuing the work we saw further down. Once again, inside the building, additional internal walls have now been completed, showing steady progress across multiple floors. In the gap between the two main buildings, a scaffolding platform has now been installed, which will help crews continue work safely at height as construction moves upward. Now, moving around onto the Warwick Street side of the development, More prefabricated concrete panels have been installed onto the structure. Along the construction fencing here, you can also see display boards showing images of the project's progress so far, giving passers-by a glimpse of what the finished development might look like. At the top end of the street, a large number of window frames have now been fitted, and just nearby you can spot glass panels stacked, ready to be installed. Heading around to the back of the building, we can already see some of those glass panels now fitted into place. Looking inside, there's also a clear view of the extensive ductwork installation, which shows that a lot of the building's internal infrastructure is now well underway. Overall, the Pilgrim Place development at Carlisle Square is making steady and visible progress, with structural work, internal walls, glazing and mechanical systems all moving forward. Right, time for a very quick update from the new His Majesty's Revenue and Customs building. In the last update, we saw that Tesco Express wasn't quite finished yet, but now that's officially open. So if you're working nearby or just passing through, you can now pop in for groceries, snacks or a quick lunch. A little further up, Cafe Nero is still being fitted out at the moment, but judging by the progress, there's a good chance it could be open by the time this video actually goes out. So things definitely starting to come together around the new HMRC building. We are now back at Ellison Place, checking in on the brand new North East Space Skills and Technology Centre being built for Northumbria University. Starting as usual at the front of the building, it doesn't look hugely different from the last update. The main structure and facade appear largely unchanged at first glance, but once we move in around the building, we can see the progress a bit more clearly. Down at the bottom end of the building, the entire side now looks fully complete. All external panels and glass sections have been installed, giving us a much better idea of what the finished exterior now looks like. But if you look carefully up in the top corner, something new has appeared. There are brackets positioned between the panels, which could possibly be future signage. It'll be interesting to see what gets installed there in the coming weeks. Heading around to the other side of the building, the story is very similar. Again, the panels and glass are now fully installed, and the exterior here also looks close to completion. And around the far end, the same progress continues. All the glazing and cladding panels appear to be finished. With the exterior now looking mostly complete, most of the remaining work will likely be focused inside the building. So for future updates, I'll mainly be keeping an eye on the outside for any visible changes, while the interior work continues behind the scenes. As always, when there's anything new to report, I'll bring you another update. So now let's take a look at some of the other projects currently happening around the city centre. Starting as usual on Northumberland Street. Work here is continuing on the pavement improvement works, which are officially supposed to be finished in April. But looking at the progress right now, I'm not entirely convinced that they'll hit that deadline. If you look through the fencing, you can see large foundations have been dug out. These are for what they're calling the Pilgrim poles, which are basically large lighting columns that will illuminate the street once everything is complete. Since filming this part of the video, some new trees have actually been planted along the street, so there is at least a bit more visible progress happening now. Now moving on to the Granger Market, as quite a few viewers requested an update on the restoration work in the last video, and as you can see, there's been some really notable progress here. Most of the white boards that sat in the middle have now been removed, revealing the new tile floor underneath. You can also see new metal framing being installed, so while it's not finished yet, it's definitely starting to give a clearer idea of what the restored space will eventually look like. And that brings us to the end of this update. If you've enjoyed the video, please leave a comment with your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you think about the projects we've covered today. And don't forget to give the video a massive thumbs up because it really helps the channel grow. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing to 55 Degrees North and hit that bell notification for when I release more videos. A massive thank you for watching. I will see you next time, right here on 55 Degrees North.